Hi, welcome back to Comicbook Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. Today's episode is a book that I recently won off a Black Friday auction hosted by, sorry, the name's right, The Lord of the Long Box. How could I forget that name? That's such a cool name. And I won an auction from TiVo, and the book that I won, I'll give you a definition of the character's name because this is the first full appearance. A fascinating aura of mystery, awe, and power surrounding someone or something. Just like her name, Mystique. So I got Miss Marvel, number 18, 7.5. First full appearance of Mystique. Pretty happy with this pickup. As you people know who have been watching my channel for a while, thank you. And for you new subscribers, hello. And if you're new to the channel, hello. And I hope you stick around. At one point, this book was listed at 80 bucks. So I don't know if Steve paid that or Tim paid that. Timbo. I'll take this off so you can see it without the glare. But I paid on that Black Friday auction $55. That was the highest bid. With $13 shipping, which brings it up to $68. Now, here's an interesting why I thought that the whole mystery thing was appropriate to her first appearance is because her first cameo is in Miss Marvel 16, which I plan on getting, and number 17 too. But Wikipedia has number 17 as her first full appearance, while everybody else just listed as another cameo. I don't know what kind of images you're seeing on both, but apparently number 17 was enough that Wikipedia thought it was the first full appearance. But this is why you should be doing your homework and additional research. So, of course, CGC has this as her first full appearance, and I looked on to other sites, and they all agreed. And according to Go Collect, I love going to that website when you're looking up value and seeing what books are going for and trends. The 7.5, they have it, their listing, it's FM, which means fair market value, is $85. Currently on eBay, I checked today and it was selling anywhere between $70 and $85. So overall, I got a really good deal. If I could have gotten a few more books off that auction and maybe get free shipping. So picking this up at $55 would have been a great deal. But even at $55 and with $68 with shopping, it's okay. You know, I didn't pay full value for it. And I saved about 13 bucks, which for me means, you know, picking up some more books. So I'm cool with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was her history. And she has a really good history that goes back about 20, 25 years, maybe 30 now, give or take. So she was created by the artist Dave Cochran and writer Chris Claremont. And I'm going to just highlight like 3 interesting facts about her that I picked off of Wikipedia. And the first one I heard about once. I remember hearing about it once, and I was like, whoa. But Claremont, in an interview, once said that he originally intended Mystique and Destiny to be Nightcrawler's biological parents, with Mystique having morphed into a male for the act of conception. But at the time, Marvel didn't agree because at that time, the Comics Code Authority prohibited the explicit portrayals of gay and bisexual characters. So he was like far thinking even back then and wanted to have these type of characters, and they just couldn't do it because of the times. So because he couldn't have that background of Mystique being Nightcrawler's mom, what they settled on was as her masquerading as a person called Raven, she married Baron Christian Wagner. An older source gives his name as Count Erich Wagner and is an affluent member of the German nobility. Sorry about that. He proves to be a loving husband, but a disappointing lover. His infidelity adds to the marital problems. Mystique starts using her own shape-shifting powers in order to secretly have sexual encounters with others. Wow, she was out there. She is eventually seduced by a fellow mutant. I believe it's Azazel. Azazel. You know I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. States that he is ruler of an island nation off the coast of Bermuda, La Isla de Demonas. And you don't need to speak Spanish to know that that's the islands of demons. And he is later to reveal to have the power of immortality and to be the father of an ancient race of mutants known as the Nevampim. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Active since at least 2000 BC. So Mystique becomes pregnant, but her husband becomes suspicious, and his own father suggests a blood test to verify that the child is his. Mystique uses a dagger to kill him and then buries him. She gives birth to a baby with black hair, yellow eyes, blue skin, and a pointy tail. The locals consider the mother and child to be the demons and attempt to kill them. Mystique escapes but abandons her son. He is found and raised by gypsy sorceress Margela Sanzones and is named Kurt Wagner. So that's not the first time that Mystique has had a child. Another time, which some of you should be more familiar with if you've been reading comic books for a while, or more important, if you've been reading X-Men related books. At one point, she becomes the lover of Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth, and she becomes a secret agent named Lynn Zauber, and they're supposed to assassinate a scientist in East Berlin. So she fakes her death afterwards, so Sabretooth will leave her alone. And she has a son. And her son, who is called Creighton Creed, he doesn't have any powers, so she was disappointed with that. And she abandons him. So he's adopted by his parents, and eventually he finds out who his parents are, and he hates them because, he's abandoned by his parents, and they find out that his parents are mutants, and, all these issues. So he becomes the leader of the Friends of Humanity and then a politician. At the height of his political ascension, Graydon is assassinated by an unknown shooter. The shooter is later revealed to be a time-traveling version of Mystique as part of a convoluted time paradox, including Jean Grey, get this team, Iceman, Toad, and Juggernaut. So these stories I picked up are from Wikipedia, and they left it as, stories unknown. So if anybody wants to leave a comment down below, what books has Mystique and Sabretooth having a child, and the other story is where she comes back in time and kills him, or the origin of Mystique where she becomes a baroness and gives birth to Nightcrawler, which I believe somewhere in the 30s or 140s, they kind of allude to that in the X-Men books. I'm trying to remember offhand. And the last tidbit of information. I had to put this all down on notes, people. This was way too much for me to try to remember. And I will show you. Because I thought, for those people who are new to collecting comics, there's a lot of history, and I just cherry-picked a few things to talk about. So, I will end this show with the the last little fun fact about her that most people are associated with her. And this is her relationship with Rogue. So Mystique becomes the adopted mother of 4-year-old girl Rogue. Rogue's had a few runaways from her home in Cattlecot, Mississippi. The girl was living alone in a wooden area, brandishing a shotgun and listening to no one. I don't know why I'm trying to talk in a country accent, but either way, when Mystique found her, Destiny foresees that Rogue will be important to them, and Mystique seeks her out, gains her trust, and takes her in. She and Destiny raise a girl, and Mystique grows to be very protective of her. Mystique, as Raven, rises rapidly through the United States Civil Service to be trusted position of Deputy Director of the Defense of Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA. In the United States Department of Defense, this position gives her access to military secrets and advanced weaponry, both of which she uses for her own criminal and subversive purposes. You don't say. In this position, she attempts the theft of the Centron weapon from S.H.I.E.L.D. She also beats Miss Marvel's lover, Michael Bennett, to death and sought to kill Miss Marvel. Wow. There you go. Now you know why that Miss Marvel's not too fond of Mystique. To help her to criminal activities, Mystique organizes her own incarnation of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, consisting of herself, Avalanche, the Blob, Destiny, and Pyro. The Brotherhood attempts to assassinate Senator Robert Kelly, a notorious anti-mutant politician. The X-Men, I need the sound effects of the cartoon song to be playing now. That'd be appropriate. Throughout the assassination attempt, and all of the Brotherhood, save Mystique herself, are incarcerated. Otherwise, if I had the background, I'd be like, da-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. All right, enough of that. Rogue is trained by Mystique and eventually joins the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Her mutant's power is the ability to absorb memories, personalities, and to steal the powers whoever she touches. To free the other members of the Brotherhood, Mystique concocts a plan according to Rogue, absorbing the powers of Miss Marvel and the Avengers. Though the plan is successful, the Avengers ultimately defeat the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, capturing all of them except for Rogue and Mystique. Moreover, Rogue finds that she absorbs Mrs. Marvel's memories, personalities, and powers permanently. In further humiliation, a confrontation at the Pentagon ends with Mystique being defeated and turned over to the authorities by a powerless Miss Marvel. They'll take that. Justice is served. The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants eventually escape in battle against Dazzler. And as if you've seen some back videos I did about Dazzler, I really do like that character. In an act of revenge against Mystique, Mastermind unbalances Rogue's psyche with one she absorbed from Miss Marvel, which prompts her to defect to the X-Men. Which is, I would like, if anybody could leave a comment down below what issue that this happens and why, that would be cool. Because Wikipedia doesn't really go into that. But I do like the little facts that they laid here, because that makes my job easier about telling you about Rogue. Because Rogue left without a word, Mystique assumes that Professor X, the X-Men's mentor, brainwashes her. The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants accordingly launch an attempt to kill Professor X. Rogue stops Mystique and explains that she joined the X-Men because of Professor X, and the world's most powerful telepath is her best hope of healing her fragmented psyche, which are issues that she's going to always have to deal with. Mystique reluctantly relinquishes her guardianship of Rogue, and that'll do it. So I hope you enjoyed this segment of Rogue, enjoyed the book I picked up, and a brief history, people, because I mean there are pages, like 2 or 3 pages on Rogue, and so much information, and she deserves it. She's a great character. If you're new to the channel, I hope you like what you see. My recording schedule is Monday through Wednesday, hence the name Comicbook Gallery, Comicbook Gallery related videos. On Thursday, I do Sketchbook Thursdays because my logo is Comicbook Gallery, a different way of looking at art. I'm an artist. And Friday through Sunday are kind of wildcard weekends. I can do comic book related videos or sketches, but I tend to do Magic the Gathering because that's another hobby that I am into and I collect and enjoy. And that'll do it, people. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you stick around. And I hope you guys are having a great week, because tomorrow is new comic book pickup day, and I will also be showing another X-Men book that I picked up and recently received in the mail. Take care, people.